Welcome, residents, to the Dr. DC podcast. My name is producer Richard, and next to me, across from me, oh my god, look, this is right after Darkness.
And you didn't change the script?
I did, I just wasn't really.
So there you go. Classic move.
Across from me is the Doctor himself.
Hello.
Each week, we talk about the weird and wonderful world of DC while fielding questions from listeners like you.
That's right.
Baby, we're drinking fucking eggnog and rum.
I think this is probably a good idea.
That's a weird way to say thank you.
Thank you.
I think this is probably a good idea.
Well, I just mean...
That's as close to consent as I've ever gotten.
Oh, no. I just mean something soothing. Coat the throat.
Oh, baby.
It's been a rough, evening and day of burps and gas.
For those who don't know,
whatnot.
We're recording this the day after we've already recorded all of the episodes that will be released for Darkness.
That's right. Yeah, this is out of order. We did Darkness yesterday.
Yes, we are under 12 hours from when we finished Darkness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or by 24. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. We're under 24 hours. Yeah.
Yes.
We're like 23 hours from when we finished Darkness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's not even a full day away from when
we were having hot wings and...
How are you doing today?
Fine. I took a giant shit this morning.
You just took one shit?
Well, I mean, when I take one shit...
It's worth many?
Well, it was like... It was a big one. It was like 2.5 feet long.
Because I'm like, wait, does he know what big is? Because I feel like his idea of that is smaller. Jesus Christ. How big a round? Oh my god. Please tell me that's not actually true. Seriously?
That's pretty typical.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And this is why I won't use the bathroom at work.
That's like the size of those like really intimidating like dildos at the like. At least we know you could take it.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Looking at you, lewd picture of me from last year.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Is that not what
normal people do? No.
But is that not even like a normal version of a big shit?
No.
Oh, because that's pretty much what I'm working with.
Jesus. Like, I think for me, like the longest maybe is like this. And like that, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Good God. Coming out here with a $5 foot long. Jesus Christ.
Whatever. This isn't how I wanted to start the episode.
So is that all you've done today?
Yeah, I just had that. I've been burping a bit. Just feeling a little gross, but that's it. Otherwise, I'm fine. My stomach's been fine. I had a salad last night when I went home, partly because I was hungry because I had only had 12 wings in 9.5 hours.
That's true.
That's not really a lot of food. And then also...
You usually have 12 rings in 9.5 minutes.
Like, kind of. So then it was like, oh, greens, veggies, yay. Mm-hmm. So my body felt a little better after that. But, yeah.
Jesus.
How about you? Have you had like a particularly rough day?
Yeah. From a digestive standpoint, yeah. I've taken a dump probably like 6 or 7 times.
See, but here's the thing. You're like, holy, that's too much shit or whatever. I just get it all done at once. See, like if you added all yours together, it would be the size and girth of the one I did this morning.
It's abnormal.
And mine's out of me, and then I can carry on with my day.
That's abnormal.
So really, whose method is better?
It's like your body is just like
I'm choosing.
Yeah, I know. Like this is like your body's just like, well, this is just another fucking Tuesday. Like mash. It's all one, right? Like that's crazy. My body is just like, this is really abnormal. What is going on? It just
Oh. Well, that's true too.
Pee shouldn't be hot.
Was your pee hot?
Yes.
Mine wasn't.
Like it reminded me of that feeling of like, have you ever gotten soap up your dick?
No.
You've never gotten soap? It's like
soap
suds?
like around my
You've never gotten it up in your
No, because I'm careful.
It's because you are circumcised. That's why.
Oh.
When you're uncircumcised, you got to really get in there, and sometimes soap gets up there.
Ugh.
And the feeling of, because the problem is the only way that you can, because it burns, the only way to fix the burning is to pee it out. but the peeing of it out hurts more than the actual burning.
Are you sure that's the way to stop it, not just to wait it out?
No, it's trust me. I've done research.
But I'm like legit asking. Is it
I've done enough Googling to know.
Sure.
Also, it's the thing that like instantly fixes it.
Interesting.
It hurts a lot, but it's like right away, and then it's done.
Huh.
But it was that pain like a lot today, and every time I peed.
Wow.
Yeah.
That bad, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Okay, yeah, no, that's...
I expected it, which is why I didn't...
You were always going to have more lasting effects of this, because, like, technically, you're not supposed to have a ton of spice in your diet, right?
No,
but this is easier for you to manage than a ton of alcohol, so that's what we did.
Yes. From like an inflammatory standpoint, I probably shouldn't have anything that's like super inflammatory, which obviously hot sauce would be.
Right. Sure.
And I actually was okay from like autoimmune standpoint. I actually I didn't have a lot of like joint pains, which is usually what I get from inflammatory stuff. No other big major side effects.
Right.
My ass burned like hell.
Yeah, mine was fine.
I'm more concerned about you not having a reaction. Like, it's not like, hey, way to go. It's more of like, are you, like, what have you done to yourself, buddy? I
don't feel it anymore.
I will say, you were reacting hard during the episode.
I was. I think it's like, I think this is pretty much like childbirth. I kind of just like forgot how bad it is. I'm pretty sure I know what childbirth feels like.
I'll ask your wife.
She doesn't listen to this. She'll never know I said it.
That's true. But yeah, so it burned coming out both ways.
But are you through the woods now?
I think so. I haven't had any sort of like nothing's come out in a while.
Good.
It's been a few hours. I feel like I'm through the looking glass.
Nice.
At this point,
good.
I'm all right. But yeah, it was.
I'm proud of you. You did a good job yesterday with all the hot wings. You probably handled them in the moment better than I did.
It's kind of crazy. I'm actually very surprised. It was awful.
Yeah, it was bad. I kept breathing in the spice.
That was the real problem. You kept doing that.
Yeah.
I like the moment where you couldn't talk.
My like existing respiratory issues don't like combine well with like not being able to take in air. Like,
yeah, you have a challenging taking in air anyways. Yeah, and then to have something that's also restricting it.
Yeah, that was tough.
It was very funny.
And then also just having fun. Laughing hurts me.
Yeah. Hey, you never passed out.
I didn't pass out.
That's impressive.
I didn't pass out.
Considering you've passed out like 3 times in the last 2 years, I think that's
3 years.
I'd say 2, but well, let's check the tapes. Yeah, so Documents was yesterday, but that's not today.
No, this is the final regular episode of the year.
It's a normal episode.
It's normal size. Yeah. Your episode is short.
Your episode is small. That's very funny.
What a small episode you released.
Look, we don't release small episodes. We're just small people.
Or in our case, we do release small episodes, but we release them 12 times in a row. So you're kind of, it's like you get one big episode and you get a small one 12 times.
Apparently that's the same thing.
Yep. Yeah.
They're both normal.
I call it the Vanier theorem.
Good God. Good God. Have you ever talked to your dad about his?
No. What?
You should.
Well, no.
I'm curious.
No.
Maybe it's like a family thing. Oh, son, finally.
Like Teen Wolf?
This is like, it's like
he's going to sit me down and be like, you are part of...
Here's your smoking jacket.
Yeah. The 5 Timers Club.
You're now a Vanier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vanier actually translates to giant shits in this old French translation.
Yeah. My butt just opens up like the wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant. It's like, come meet the prophets. I am the emissary.
Proshits.
I'm the bee emissary.
There it is.
There we go.
Yeah, we're good. Well, much like a regular normal episode, we've got news. Why are you look so concerned? This shouldn't be new information.
News?
Yeah.
Isn't that the point of news?
Oh. Yeah, I guess it is. I meant more of the concept of having a news section, but sure, yeah, I could see where you're. I could see where the mistake's happening here.
Touche.
Yeah, we've got news.
Okay.
The first piece of news.
Sure.
On the first piece of news.
God.
It is. Sorry, I'm trying to like check this at the same time because I want to make sure.
Oh yeah, have we been recording? Did we get all that good shit stuff?
Yeah. It seems like it. Yeah, we're still good. We're good, baby.
I'll just look forward to like an 11:30 p.m. text from you that we've got to re-record.
Yeah, when everybody gets an episode, it's like, hey, look, I don't really care. You guys gotta wait. We're doing something different.
Yeah.
First piece of news: Batman is waving goodbye to Gotham.
Is he?
Like in the comic, yeah, he's leaving Gotham.
Well, see, this is hard for me to keep up on because I don't get my comics right on time.
I know, but I figured you'd heard the news.
Well, no, because I try to avoid too much because I am a few weeks behind. So
yeah,
this
and
is,
now
I guess,
I'm in this club too,
so
and I don't like
this
it.
This is like in the aftermath of the Fear State stuff. Is that the idea?
That's a great question, and one that I am going to uncover for us right now.
I love that this was all ready to go.
Well, usually you just know the information, so
Yeah.
I don't have to do it. And usually I attach links to stuff, but I was like, well, this is so far back, he must know this.
No,
He
sorry.
must be aware of this information.
No, I'm pretty good at being like deliberately shut off from things that may spoil stuff for me.
Fair. But that's, I mean, mostly with comic books, I think, is the thing that you really stay away from.
Yeah, yeah, that's the thing I care about a little bit more in terms of like preserving an element of surprise or revealing story stuff or whatever.
So,
or is this in like a solicitation for a future?
in Batman folklore, there are many iconic characters, but the city of Gotham takes its own persona, takes a persona of its own, the dark, gloomy blend of Bruce Wayne, blah, blah, blah. Many would say
Great segment.
Yeah, I'm really good at this. Professional. The city would be in separate. Okay, DC has decided to take its newest Batman away from his home. As a result, Jace Fox will be replacing
okay.
Amusement Mile with Coney Island. This new Batman is heading to New York City.
Okay, that Batman. Awesome. Cool. Yeah. Good to get like more out of the shadow of Bruce and
Who's
Gotham.
in New York in DC?
Harley has been, and Coney Island specifically was a Harley haunt for a while.
Anybody else?
Specifically in New York?
Yeah.
Probably, but not that I can think of offhand.
It's interesting, right?
Because
Gotham is sort of the New York.
Because Marvel is like everything happens in fucking New York. Yeah. It is
Concrete
kind of
jungles where dreams are made of. So
yeah,
there's nothing you can do. Can't do.
There's nothing you can do.
All right. Cool.
No, that's awesome. That's cool. I like that sort of the next Batman. I like that it's a Fox son. It's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So give him a new location to let him strike out more on his own than like the weight of Gotham and shit like that. Like I think that's cool.
There's enough people dealing with that.
I dig that. I think that's a cool move.
So where is this Batman? Like where is this like a Batman comic? Like current Batman?
It started in Future State Batman, and then it's called The Next Batman was the series there, and I guess it's either like a new series or it's continuing or something like that. But,
interesting.
Yeah, but he's the next Batman is
cool.
the idea.
With Smash Brothers sort of ending for the near future now, I'm very excited because...
What do you mean ending? Don't they just put a new one every couple of years or whatever?
They probably aren't going to be for a long time. One the like guy who's been like directing it for the last since it started is done. He's like, this is sort of the end, and they've like, I mean, I don't know if they should make any for a long time because they've like mined all of the characters. Like the whole point of making the next generation is like one new technology, and they've also got access to more
and
characters.
new characters, right?
But it's like they like. This Smash Bros is stacked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's the biggest it's ever
Every
been.
Pokemon.
It's a lot, like of like characters that are worth putting in.
Sure,
and like
yeah,
they've
yeah.
expanded it to like the really like far reaches of what Nintendo is.
I mean, the
like,
thing that I liked about Smash Bros. Is it always felt a little bit like there's here's your mainstays. Everybody knows who Mario is.
Yeah.
And everybody knows who Star Fox is or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's like, and then you got Ness and you got Marth and you got like, it already felt like there was some stuff for the people that like are playing lots of Nintendo games. And then there's stuff for people that are like, yeah, I know what Nintendo is. I always kind of liked that about Smash Bros. Anyway.
Yeah, I think with this though, like it's crazy how like they started putting in like characters that are games like not like are technically on Nintendo, but like gotten it put on Nintendo
Like Perfect Dark or something like you play against like those characters and shit like that.
Like that's even like Banjo-Kazooie's on it, which I'm like, oh yeah, I guess they are.
Oh shit.
Yeah, like Joker from oh God, what's that Japanese RPG? Like weird random deep cut characters.
I thought it was
like,
kind of like fun/funny when they would put on like the Wii Fit trainer or like Mr. Game & Watch or stuff like that.
There's like a ton of like Pokemon on it. There is like they like stretched it as far as you could possibly really stretch it. Like
Interesting.
It's kind of crazy.
Okay, so sorry. So because that's ending and not coming back,
Everybody
for a
else
bit,
is sort of putting their hat in that ring,
it does seem like there are,
which includes DC. Well, Warner Brothers is putting out the Multiverse game.
we're finally fulfilling the promise of
Multiverses. That's what it's called.
of the whatever they called it, the digital verse from Space Jam 2. We're finally fulfilling that promise. You've
been asking for it.
Yeah, you can have Humphrey Bogart from Casablanca, bitch slap Shaggy from Scooby-Doo.
It's so weird.
Yeah, it is odd. Like I think like Animaniacs characters are in it, but also DC characters.
Well,
and
so
then
here's
also
the confirmed
Scooby-Doo, and also
I have the confirmed roster so far.
Okay.
As well as who's voicing them.
Right.
So we've got Rain Dog, which is an original character for this game. And then
Sure.
there is Tom and Jerry.
You're the rain now, dog.
Yeah. Nice. God. Is that Warner Brothers?
Finding Forrester.
Yeah.
Choose your player. Finding Forrester. Close the door if you're coming in.
Let's lock the door if you're coming in. But
It's a death match in here.
Tom and Jerry, voiced by Eric Bauza. Garnet from Steven Universe.
Right.
Voiced by Danielle Duvernay. Or Divenier.
Okay.
Finn the Human from Adventure Time.
Right. Adventure Time's in there.
From voiced by Jeremy
And I
Shada.
think Jake the Dog's also in there.
Voiced by John DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Arya Stark.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Game of
they
Thrones.
own Game of Thrones. Don't they?
Voiced by Maisie
Warner
Williams.
Brothers, like, are we going to get, like, Paul Atreides in there, like Dune and shit? They're just going to work everything in there eventually. Neo, like, because Warner Brothers owns The Matrix. They own Harry Potter. Do you get Dumbledore and shit
I mean,
like
that's
that?
not listed on here, but Bugs Bunny.
Sure.
Eric
The
Bauza,
classic Looney Tunes.
Shaggy.
Yeah.
Voiced by Matthew Lillard. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, because I remember seeing that they were putting up, like, who's voicing them. Like, they weren't just saying, here are the characters in the game. They were like, and here's who we got for it. People were like, yeah, Matthew Lillard.
I mean, yeah.
Because he's like a fan favorite.
Well,
even those, like, kind of weird, crappy Scooby-Doo movies, people are like, Matthew Lillard is inspired casting.
Was made for that role. Harley Quinn, voiced by Tara Strong.
Yeah.
Incredible. Wonder Woman, voiced by Abby Trott.
Yeah, and I think they got Kevin Conroy back for Batman.
They fucking do.
Yeah.
And Superman, voiced by George Newbern.
Yeah, which is also a classic animated
Crazy.
voice. Yeah.
Like, already an insane cast.
And here's the thing. They're not the only ones doing it. I think I even saw one at the store. I think there's like a Nickelodeon version of this where you could play as like
really
the Ninja Turtles versus SpongeBob versus...
But like, do they fight?
Recess or whatever. It's like another one of these kind of like...
This is the thing. With Smash Bros. Going away, they're like, maybe it's time.
And the IP must flow. Where it's like, we own all these things. Make them fight. Let's have Agent Smith... take out Scooby-Doo execution style.
It's interesting because they...
Mr. Dude.
Yeah.
Roro, Rhino, Rum,
They used to... like make racing games. That was the sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
And now
but maybe they'll also do that too.
It's fascinating. I love this idea. I'll play the fuck out of that.
I like this idea for this. It kind of sickens me a bit when it's in like a movie like Space Jam and Warner Brothers is like, look what we own.
Yeah.
But for some reason, for something like this is like, well, yeah, that's weird. Who gives a shit? Like,
well, you're also like not trying to like follow a narrative.
I do think it'd be funny if they brought in things that weren't like necessarily IP. They were just like Warner Brothers movies, like just a random like romantic comedy.
Yes.
Like, I don't know who puts out these movies. I'm going to say a movie that's not Warner Brothers, but it's like, yeah, you have Matthew McConaughey from Failure to Launch. Yeah. And then
like I want to play Harry versus Sally.
When Harry beat the shit out of Sally. Jesus.
I don't,
she'll have what she's having.
I was going to say I don't want what she's having.
Jesus. Good Lord. Yeah, it's
time to eat a knuckle sandwich.
Oh, yeah, get the honeymooners. Get Jackie Gleason.
Oh, yeah.
Boom, pow, right to the moon.
Yeah. Oh, my God. That's insane.
That's wild.
So, yeah, that's happening. J.K. Simmons set to film as Gordon for Batgirl.
Very cool.
Fucking love that.
Very cool.
Keep him as Gordon. I want him as Gordon, and I want him as J. Jonah Jameson.
He's
forever.
Weirdly perfect for both, and those are very different characters.
Yes.
And he's great for
Perfectly
both. I mean, J.K. Simmons is also just an
incredible,
insanely good actor, but
yes,
he's great for both of those. I love that. Yeah.
DC League of Super Pets trailer drops and unveils the team.
Yeah, we've talked about this to death, I think. We talked about it I think we talked about it on an episode or something like that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like the issue I've got, maybe on the Patreon we talked about it. The issue I've got with it is you can tell what the movie is doing is it's like, here's a bunch of random animals, we'll give them powers, and by the end, the Justice League will adopt them.
Yeah.
And they'll become super pets.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but like, why couldn't the random animal be a kangaroo
that
becomes Jumpa?
Yes.
For one, like, it's such a, I mean, it doesn't really matter. This movie is not for me. Like, my daughter is excited for it. We're going to go see it. I'm sure she's going to have fun.
You're going to be like, you're stupid for liking this.
Well, I'm not going to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's not for me, but it does kind of feel where it's like, why you have animals already? And frankly, a wider variety of animals.
Yeah.
Get a kangaroo in there.
Yes.
Get an eagle in there. Get like a,
Agreed.
I don't know. It seems a little weird, and also just like The Rock and Kevin Hart, like that's not.
I hate.
Just get
that.
voice actors. Get that shit out of there.
I
don't need Kevin Hart like sassy pantsin being like, I'm pissing on a statue and I'm Ace the Bat Hand. Like, come on, man.
That's very funny.
I think kids are going to enjoy it. I think it'll be fun, and for that, it will be a success. But I don't know.
Well, I am also not looking forward to it.
Sure.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson teases Total Films Black Adam cover.
Oh yeah, he's on the cover of this Total Film magazine in the hood as Black Adam or whatever. Just part of the slowest moving hype train ever. He was like,
how long has this been going on?
Cast as Black Adam
5 years ago,
before Batman v Superman came out or some shit like that.
We've been talking about it since the podcast started.
It's crazy how long it's been like germinating.
We've been talking about it.
So then not quite that long, but like before Justice League came out. Well, I think he got cast.
We've been talking about it since Shazam was being like promoted.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like when Shazam got announced, he was part of that announcement. I
think he's a producer.
Yeah.
So it's been a very, very long time coming. So yeah, the slow hype and marketing train is starting to unfold. I don't think there's any like revelations or anything in there, but yeah, just another kind of look at him as Black Adam.
Yeah. Well, that goes. Wow.
Yep.
That goes.
Segment.
You know what comes? The next section.
Yep.
My brain is fucking mush.
God, I can't wait for this year to be over.
Look, I'm out of steam.
I know.
But we've got it. But it's gonna be a tough episode for me.
Is it?
Because we got tough questions.
That's right. Good. Yeah, this was the theme voted on by our Golden Age Patreon subscribers.
Yeah.
It's essentially a Stump the Doc episode.
Yeah,
It's
they've
like,
got the hard-hitting questions for us.
send difficult questions or complicated questions or controversial questions or whatever. We got so many questions, we actually won't get to all of them, so I apologize. But I will say, if your question was even vaguely in the realm of thirst, I'm saving it for Thirst Month of coming February 2022. So your questions will be read.
We're only releasing episodes on Thursday that whole month. Thirsty Thursdays.
Ooh, I don't hate that.
Thirst days.
I don't hate that. Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, fuck you. We're gonna one day later.
Let's do it. Yeah, we're gonna make you wait.
Oh, gonna edge your way till Thursday. That's right. This week's theme is tough questions. We got a lot of questions, so why don't we get into them?
Let's do it.
Which means we're going over to Twitter.
Twitter.
First question comes from Braydon. Yes, the donkey does rise once again.
Ooh, doth rise.
Ooh. They ask, you get the writer's pen to kill the Joker. Who kills him? How does he die? And why?
Right. Who kills him? How does he die? And like why? Like as a story, like what's the setup? I guess.
Ooh.
How would you? I assume this question means permanently because usually we get a few of these kind of questions, through the year and stuff like that. It usually means like you're in charge of, for all intents and purposes, permanently ending the character. You have to treat it like it's the end, regardless of whether or not the publisher will.
Yeah.
How do you kill the Joker?
I've got my pitch.
Okay.
Alfred does it.
Alfred, who's already dead?
Well, in a new fucking continuity or whatever.
Come on, man. It's like you're not even trying.
I don't know. I haven't gotten there. I've been waiting forever to get my pull list.
You haven't gotten there. It's like a 2-year-old thing that happened to Alfred. We talked about it on the show.
We did. I do remember that. I definitely remember that. Fine, then it will be Fox. Then.
No, tell me the Alfred one, because I just want to hear your pitch.
Here's my idea. Alfred cares nothing more than the well-being of Bruce, and sort of has gone along for years with all of the stuff that he wants because he thinks maybe he's got to serve Bruce, he's got to serve the Waynes, he wants to make him happy, he does want to serve him, that's his role,
right?
But he also wants to make the better choices for him, and so he goes along with things for as long as he can and tries to justify all of the crazy shit that he does by maybe he's making the world better, so even if it's slightly hurting the person he's supposed to be taking care of, it's for a greater good.
Sure.
But at a certain point, these characters are getting out constantly of jail.
Right.
There is no good that's being had, and the one who's sort of at the center of all of it is the Joker.
Right.
And he just thinks that if the Joker can be toppled, it's the one piece that there's enough other Bat family members to take care of all the other shit.
Maybe the House of Cards of supercrime in Gotham tumbles.
And so he thinks, well, I've killed a couple people before to make things better, and maybe I'll have to do it one more time.
It's funny that you went there, because I was just going to say, I just want to enhance the pitch just this much. Picture the season 2 finale of Supernatural. So, this is how we deal with the fact that Alfred's dead.
Yeah. Oh my God, he comes back from
Joker has this plan that he's gonna use demons to or whatever, because he's like, hey, I found magic, baby.
Yeah.
We
talked about that.
And so Alfred gets out of hell because he's in hell.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because a little pup. And he wrestles the Joker until and Batman puts one right between Frank Miller now.
Yeah.
No, but Alfred comes out of hell and kills the Joker and goes, I couldn't let you do it, Master Bruce.
Yeah.
Maybe Bruce is gonna do it. And then Alfred just snaps his neck or something, drags his soul to hell.
Or here's the thing, Robin.
And he's like, I've got to save your soul, Master Wayne.
Robin is so distraught. Nightwing's so distraught with the way that Bruce has been going.
Right.
And he just thinks that since Alfred's been gone, Bruce has become unhinged.
So we're kind of replacing Jason Todd's death with Alfred's death.
So he goes.
And so then Dick is looking at him the way that Tim was looking at.
Yeah. And so he pulls Alfred back to try to pull him out, and Alfred goes, you can bring me back, but that's not what's going to do it. I know what needs to be done.
Right. And I've got a great way to do it. I've got him tickets to the cinema. downtown. You tell him I'll pick him up, but the parking is it's a delicate situation. So I'll be around the back. He can go through the alley.
Works every time. What do you mean?
So, it doesn't even have to be an alley if that's not convenient. Sometimes the circus, he can go up on the trapeze.
Wait a minute.
With a couple of people he trusts.
Wait a minute. Alfred, what are you talking about?
Sorry. We're going to take him to an Air Force hangar in Coast City.
Wow.
Make sure he gives his coat to a little boy and then hops in the plane.
These sound very similar to other people's deaths. It's very similar.
Yeah.
What's your pitch? Who kills the Joker?
There's a part of me that thinks it's an interesting story if it's like not a big thing. Where like another character that has previously kind of respected the sanctity of like Gotham as Batman's territory, it's just like is there for some reason and just goes like, I answer to an authority beyond Batman. Like a character that literally answers to an authority beyond Batman. Spectre, Dr. Fate, you know, that just someone else just goes like, no, I ended it.
Yeah.
That's the power I wield and the responsibility I have. Or Swamp Thing, you know, like just one of these characters that has like a more cosmic authority.
Yeah.
Or a new god or some shit. Like
is it somebody...
Orion comes to town and Joker tries to mug him and he just like, you know, like, and then it's just over. So it's like the Joker's death isn't a thing, and then it's just like then you're exploring what happens post that. Like the reign of the Supermen thing.
So is it something that just happens by happen chance, or is it like happenstance? Or
I think it's something that happens, and then Batman has to both deal with the fact that it's probably a massive relief, and also not even like you have to go to jail now, Dr. Fate. It's not even that, but he has to deal with the fact that like he didn't end it.
But also
not that he didn't kill Joker, but like he didn't win.
Yeah.
Like
he wasn't even a part of it.
Like it'd be interesting to see like like it's unfinished, it's unresolved for Batman. Like he is like, no, I didn't prove that I could win.
Yeah,
like the thing that would drive Joker nuts if Batman died.
Yeah,
but just do it. You know, like I think I'd like that.
Yeah, I that's great. I like that a lot.
And yeah, I just think if it's like Swamp Thing, it's just like vines up through the eyes, just like.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah, the green has no time for you.
Yeah.
Dumping your poison into the swamp. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's the easiest thing in the world.
All right, next question comes from EC.
It's so easy.
Who asks, would you want to see a final story for a certain DC character such as Batman or Superman? As in, they retire and one of their proteges or descendants take their place.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting to say that in this era, because obviously right now we have parallel Superman stories. We've got John Kent on Earth as our Superman, and then Kal-El is in space with the Authority on Warworld fighting Mongol. But, like, you could just do that now.
100%.
And actually, they've set it up so well. You know, like, it would be sad, of course. And, you know, like, again, the publisher, it'll never let it happen permanently. But if we're thinking as a creator, like, Superman's kind of in position for it.
Mm-hmm.
Batman always seems to be a little trickier. And without spoiling an answer I give to a question in Darkness, but my feeling about Batman is that there are characters who have been Batman, and they've done a good job or a bad job. There's lots of them. And some of them have done a great job as Batman. But do I think it's great that they are Batman? Not really. But Batman is one of those things that really, other than Tim, maybe, and other than this kind of newish next Batman, like Jace Fox kind of thing, I think I've always preferred that the people that would inherit it do their own thing.
Yes. Become
Nightwing, become Red Hood, Damian does something else, whatever, you know what I mean? Just like find your own path. Terry McGinnis is the other exception to that. Batman Beyond.
It's not the same thing, yeah.
It's not quite the same thing, but he also feels like he's earned being the Batman.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. I think it's a slightly different scenario, but it would be interesting to just be like, what if instead of the thing we did last time, which is there must be a Batman, what if we tried the other thing, which is like, must there be a Batman?
Yeah.
Or maybe the legacy of Batman is in the other mantles it spawned and stuff like that. So we get, Spoiler and Orphan operating as Batgirls, but we've got, Robin, we've got the Signal, we've got Bluebird, and all of these like other characters. I think that's more interesting than just like, all right, well, we need a new CEO. Who's going to be CEO? Like,
I'm also just like, it's such a rich universe. Like, we've got enough of them.
Yeah,
I'll take more. I think of it like
I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. I feel like where you're going and what I haven't said because I've been circling the train is I don't find someone else being Batman that interesting. What I find interesting is how do other people approach the role Batman fulfills in Gotham or elsewhere.
Exactly.
Like that they've either been inspired or trained by him, but they do it different. And how do they do it different? And that's the thing I find interesting more than they're finally wearing the cowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Gotham is interesting and can produce stories forever. I don't need more Batman. I'll take more Batman.
Sure.
But like you can only squeeze so much fucking from like a diamond. And I think for me, Star Wars is a great example. I don't need Luke Skywalker. Like you created an amazing universe. Let's explore it.
Yeah.
Like that character sure could pop in maybe once in a while. It's like with Mandalorian, it's like, well, Luke Skywalker shows up at the end.
That's cool to see there, but like I don't need to check in with him in season 3.
No.
Yeah.
I don't. And I don't want to.
The less I know, the better.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you could cut the cord on both those characters tomorrow and I'd be like, cool, who else are you going to spend time on now?
Yeah, totally. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah. That might be sacrilege, but I don't know.
Probably is. We'll probably get lit up in the comments.
All right. Oh, fuck. Raging G, look at my hog. Raging G, I'm drinking some nog.
Ooh, yeah. That's pretty good.
Yeah, look at that. I still got it.
You got it, baby.
Yeah, I never left. Raging G asks, there is a manga, or a manga. Is it manga?
I think it's manga.
There's a manga story with Joker raising Bruce after Batman fell into a vat of acid and turned into a baby.
You know how acid burns away the years?
Yeah. He tries raising him with good values, bringing good points on how hard single fatherhood is. Something you definitely felt yesterday. So he can be
single.
A good person and be Batman again. I meant more of a father thing, but no. Would Joker actually do that?
Right.
Raising his arch nemesis back into Batman so he can have fun again? Or would he just kill him there and then try to find someone else to fill the unfillable void?
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I do think that is an interesting, fun, relatively in-character premise for Joker. Which is like, oh shit, this isn't how I wanted to win.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta...
I'm not gonna kill a baby.
And I need him to still be Batman so that I can win. So I can beat him my way.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's... I like that. I don't think that's, like, not in Joker's character. I mean, the other thing is also in Joker's character, but it's less fun to read. You know what I mean? Like, this is a more interesting hook for a story. The only piece of that is, and I haven't read this, so maybe the story explores this, is that, like, the bit that Joker fucks up here is, like, raise him with good values. It's like, I mean, Alfred kind of does that, but, like, Bruce has a bad childhood. He has some good values in him. It's what makes him Batman and not, like, a Joker, an actual criminal.
Yeah.
But I wonder, like, if you raise him too good, it never happens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
does he also have to kill himself at some point?
Or is he like the Alfred, right? Like, you're raising this kid on your own kind of thing. He's now somehow got to replicate that, but then also make this kid feel lonely enough that he goes off and he has this drive and he feels this thing and he's got but also like
you're raised by a clown, you're not going to turn into Batman.
The inciting incident is gone because if he's back down to a baby and then you just raise him good, he doesn't see his parents die at 8.
Also, there's so much more that was attached
or
to
8 or 9 or
it's
whatever.
not just your parents are dead, you get to become Batman. Even though I do love that comic strip.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I want to be Batman. And then kills his parents. And he's like, yay. What I like, what the reality of it is like, it's whose parents were, all of the opportunities. Like, there's so many things that turned him into Batman more than just your parents.
It's an interesting story to play with the nature versus nurture shit.
Yes.
So it's the most interesting option. I don't think it's not in character for the Joker to overcommit to a bit for the sake of some philosophical point. You know what I mean? Like,
but it feels like more like if he raises him to become Batman, he's going to raise him to become like Squibbles the Justice Clown. Like, it's not going to be Batman.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe the manga explores that. I've never read it.
Yeah,
I'd be interested to learn if they kind of explore that he ends up making like a Batman that's too different or not a Batman at all. Or
but also,
whatever.
Is he going to like kill his own kid that he's raised for that long?
Well, and then that.
It just seems unlikely. But also, I think that I would never say the Joker likes.
But it's a good premise. Think of how good season 1 of The Flash is.
Yeah.
They basically do that with Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
He stops the Flash from existing and then goes, shit, I need him at his speed. I need to make him and train him and care about him. And I got to get him fast enough. And
but then he just wants his... He's not like raising him though. He comes into his life like
totally.
later.
But I think there's a similar angle because he says like I feel very paternally about you. I've been checking in.
I can see the Joker like
there's a
fucking with
there.
him like that throughout his whole life to make sure that he has a.
It was me, Bruce.
Yeah, like that I could see like. It was a tree, spruce.
God.
But I think that...
Just Joker outside throws a dead bat through his window and is like, yes, father, I shall become a bat.
That I can see.
Because here's the other thing. He's not back in time.
No.
So where are the other characters?
Yes.
So there's a lot of things I'm curious about in this manga that I have not read.
Yeah. But I don't think... The Joker likes a fair fight, I think.
Yeah.
Roughly. I mean, he's like...
He wants to win it his way.
Yeah, he'll hit somebody with a car, but he's not going to go after kids.
Well, I mean, he will if that's his way. But when it comes to Batman...
He's not going to just like take a baby, and just kill it, like slit its throat.
I mean, he might, but not Batman.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Sure. All right. Next question.
Yeah.
From Greg Foyne.
Oh, Greg Foyne.
So fun.
Does that Greg go all the way up?
Those Gregs go on for days.
Ooh.
That Greg's fun.
Great big Greg.
Why don't you spread those Gregs for me?
Big fat Greg. Hoo-ah.
I'm old Greg. Who asks, hey Doc, how does All-Star Batman and Robin end?
Trick question? It didn't.
Oh, did they just stop?
Because they just stopped.
Really?
So
they don't release it as a trade, I'm assuming then.
They do.
How?
Oh boy. All-Star Batman and Robin the Boy Wonder.
Yeah.
Is like a notoriously reviled book.
Really?
Frank Miller.
I don't have it, right?
Jim Lee. No, but they've got it at Titan.
I probably have looked at it then, because I'm like, All-Star, the beginning of that is really good.
Frank Miller, Jim Lee.
Yeah.
Very legitimate criticisms leveled against it. Usually the only thing that saves it in people's eyes is Jim Lee's art. That's the context I'm giving you.
Wow.
Knowing how you feel about that. Because Batman, basically in this story, witnesses the Grayson murder.
Yeah.
And then, like, assaults the police, not convoy, but just escort, bringing Grayson somewhere else. Makes that car go off the road. Makes the car with Alfred and Vicky Vale go off the road, and they get hurt. And then he just takes Dick and goes like, "You've been drafted into a war." Leaves him in the cage. He goes, "Go eat the rats if you're hungry." He goes, beats up some guys. He fucks Black Canary on a roof and goes, "Yeah, her mouth tastes like ashy cigarettes. Yeah, fuck yeah."
What?
And then he's like, he's like brutal and like violent and cruel in Training Dick, and he's like, you're an idiot. And he like says shit like that. He goes, I'm the goddamn Batman.
What?
He fights Hal Jordan. He and Robin like wear all yellow and fight Jordan in a yellow room and shit like that. At one point, Black Canary lights a bunch of thugs on fire while they're alive. It's crazy.
What?
It's crazy. It's Frank Miller has said that he deems it to be in the continuity of his Dark Knight Returns. That it's the same kind of Batman.
Really?
So some people use that as like well, that's why he's such a psycho.
But
it's
that
like, I don't
is,
know, man. I think that's kind of just how Frank Miller jives.
Yeah.
It's super fucked up. And so we got like worse and worse sales and worse reviews. And that issue 10, as was pointed out during Docmas, I didn't remember this, was released with the word fuck not censored a bunch. So that they had to pull that and shit like that. And
Jesus.
They stopped releasing it. And like its schedule went to like bi-monthly at one point, and then it was like slowing down. Jim Lee was like, it's my fault. I'm working slow. And then it just stopped coming out. And then like years later, they were like, we're going to finish it. 6 more issues. And they changed the title or whatever. And then that never happened. And that was like over a decade ago.
Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. It's batshit.
Literally.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's like dirtbag, psycho Batman.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not good.
Jesus.
So the trick question is that it hasn't ended. If you're talking about what happens at where we left off, I think you see Barbara Gordon start to be Batgirl. Maybe some shit like that. But like, it's not, I don't think they never finished it.
Weird.
If they did work on it, it's never been released. But I suspect it might not have been worked on. But
crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the next question from our favorite religious representative.
Chris Chan.
That's right. Who asked?
Muslim?
Huh?
Muslim?
Oh.
Could be.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, Moss, hit us up. Send us a question.
Jewish. Still got it in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Chris asks, how would you take DC Comics as a business forward?
Jesus, the toughest question you could ask.
I mean, I guess.
And the one I like least want to answer because Bruno will just tell me that I'm doing it wrong from the retailer perspective.
And that's the only way that I think about things.
Yeah, I how do you bring the business forward? I mean, I don't fucking know. We know that. You know, like the shit that I want that I think is interesting is probably not like the business viable stuff. Frankly, the business viable stuff is more Batman until the market can't take it. But yeah, I don't know. Theoretically, there must be like a breaking point where people get fed up.
Yeah.
And abandon Chip other than the Batman people. Now you're losing the other revenue. But the stuff that I would want is breadth as opposed to depth, and that's not always economically viable or things like that. You know, I like the kind of digital first thing. I don't know if economically that helped, but I like those series. I like anthology things, either where each issue is something different, like Truth and Justice, or having backups in other books. I like that. Yeah, it drives the price of the book up, but I don't necessarily think they've all been used great. Like, why is the backup in Batman just like, let's say, Red Hood? You know, like, that doesn't make sense. But I like that there was, like, in Action Comics, the backup was Midnighter. I personally didn't, like, love that Midnighter story, but, like, there's something for people like Midnighter. It's like the backup in Justice League was Justice League Dark. That works for me. That's, you know, but, like, the backup in Wonder Woman was young Diana, and like, yeah, that's fun, but like, why isn't that Donna Troy? Like, a character that is not holding down her own book isn't in Titans or in Teen Titans or whatever. Why wasn't it being used that way? I think there's some things like that, but again, like, I don't know the business. I just know what I like to read and shit like that. So I don't really know what I would do to push it forward as a business. I mean, on the film and TV side, you know, the thing that Marvel has going for it is that they became their own studio. Those first kind of Phase 1 movies are a little weird to watch because Marvel didn't
put out movies.
And Marvel didn't have like the exclusive grip that it has now that it is a studio. But once it was making money, it's like, well, we're our own studio now, and we control this shit, so we can do whatever we want perfectly. Mm-hmm. You know, and the DC doesn't get that with Warner Brothers. That's a problem. I don't know I don't think they're in a position to fix that. You know what I mean? So yeah, unfortunately I don't have a good answer to this, just because like I just don't know enough about it. I just know the stuff I like to read, and that's about it.
Yeah.
How about you? Any thoughts? As a marketing whiz,
People are gonna get mad at me here.
business guy.
Come at me. Here we go.
Okay.
So,
Bankruptcy. Declare it. I'm waiting for you to suggest something
I'm
wild.
gonna make a lot of enemies here. And you know what? I've had a good run for too long. It's all right.
Okay.
I'm gonna get rid of a lot of these long-standing series that seem redundant.
Okay. You don't like that there's action in Superman and Detective at Batman.
Get rid of one of each of them, right?
But why get rid of them? Why not just like do the thing where it's like Detective is Batwoman's book?
Sure.
Okay.
But also, like, I want to wipe the slate a bit clean. What I want to do...
Oh my God, are you going to pitch the new 52?
No. What I'm going to do is actually reduce the amount of series that are going out and start producing miniseries instead of, like, starting series and just running until they're dry.
So what you're pitching is Infinite Frontier, what's happening right now.
A bit, yeah.
They've severely reduced the line, and a lot of things start as limited series.
Yes. I think it's a smart move. Limited series.
Okay.
One, start having series that connect to the movies and the TV shows, because it makes a fucking lot of sense.
I'm not getting into this again.
TV and movie people, and as Bruno agrees with, you want those people to become comic book readers, and the best way to do this is give them something that they can jump into. You can also make series that aren't those things, but I think it's important to do that. Focus on writers and like good storytelling over like trying to go after a very specific market, because good writing will always survive.
So alienating artists. Good.
That's nothing to do with artists. The artists come with that.
Comics are nothing to do with art. Bruno, are you hearing this shit?
That's not what I'm saying.
If you defend them after this,
what I'm saying is
then I know you're just a sycophant. Stand up for artists.
Good art is important, but really good storytelling is what makes a series really good.
I would argue that the art is the storytelling in comics.
Are you really going to do this right now? Here's the thing. The storytelling is the thing. No one's gone, this book is beautiful, but the story sucks. That I've never heard someone go, you should read this book because the art's really good, but the story's terrible.
I mean, isn't that like literally what people say about like Kirby's New Gods?
I mean,
isn't that literally like the things like you got to check it out? Kirby's art's crazy, but like the story's weird.
But how rare is that though? Like,
I think it's more common than you think.
It's way more common to be able to go like, this story is really, really good. I could take. I
want to think that you're going to get lit up here, but everyone listening just loves to just slurp at the teat of fucking Richard.
Sounds like a sore loser is what it sounds like. You go to miniseries, you get really good stories. I think you connect some stuff to the movies and the TV. That's a really smart way to do it. Also, you start introducing more miniseries with like deeper cut characters. That's how you create a larger breadth of really good work.
I like that.
I think like we've proven that with good enough writing and directing, you can take any character set and make it good. Like like fucking like Guardians of the Galaxy.
So sorry, we're shifted now. We're not talking about comics anymore.
No,
now we're talking about like TV and movies and shit now. Yeah, okay.
You start cutting for the deeper shit because that gives you the opportunity to make weirder characters into like miniseries, which I also think is really important.
Sure.
Doing like animated series that also are anthology stuff, so you can bring in a more deeper cut characters as well.
Right.
So you can do like your what if type stories and things like that.
Sure.
Needs a bunch of series like that. I think those are really important. Tie into HBO Max more so you get more of that stuff. I think the direction they're heading is going this way anyways because it's the smarter move. But I do think that like stop trying to produce everything and just only Batman. And it's like, just, I get that works, but like there is limits to that.
What you're basically pitching is essentially what they're already doing.
Yes.
Except for the fact that they are also putting out like 30 Batman books.
Yeah, and I get it because someone's going, Batman sells, so just keep putting it up. But it's like, sure, but that's just because it's easy. Like, if you put the actual fucking time to actually create a real plan...
This is where you've lost Bruno, because Bruno will be like, people don't give a shit, just sell Batman.
I don't think he'll feel that way.
I don't think, like, personally he enjoys that, but, like, Batman sells. Like,
Batman
that's the
sells
business thing,
because there's just more of it out there.
There is too much right now, specifically as a proportion of DC's output.
It's
because they've cut down.
It's insane, but like,
is it that because we're cutting back, the Batman's just showing, or is there more Batman than usual? I think it is. Yeah.
It's both.
It's both. So, but I think it's also because it's like, we got to put Batman out in every fucking medium, so we've got to justify it by putting out more comics, which means we got to put up more. It's just like, it just is this like fucking self-fulfilling prophecy when it's like, take a minute to fucking breathe, create a real plan, and go, these are characters that actually have a lot of opportunity, and maybe if we gave a miniseries to this artist and writer, and give them an opportunity to...
Careful correction there, good.
He or she. No.
Wow. I didn't think that was your problem. Uh-oh.
But here's the thing. Like, prove that a miniseries is good and get them a chance to write something really good, and then go, hey, why don't you connect with this director and write a really good fucking movie or TV show that are off of that? Weird that if it works that way, you're okay with it. But
I don't know that I'm okay with that, though. Like... Not everyone is cut out to write in every medium. Like,
no, but I
also don't think that's a surefire.
No, and here's the thing: they don't need to necessarily work on the thing.
Sure, right.
But it's like, prove that a thing has value, then make it into a thing for even more people by putting it into TV or movie.
I guess, but like it's very clear right now that either DC is only being pitched hard on things that are Batman and Superman or shit, or Wonder Woman or shit like that.
Yeah.
And so those are the things that are getting made because that's what all of the creators want to make.
But you can also...
Or DC is not allowing for the opportunity. So none, like, I agree with you, but like, they're already not giving the opportunities for that.
But maybe, I mean, they also need to. They need to encourage people to produce stuff, right?
Yeah, no, I agree, but...
Also... Stop making so many single issues. Start just producing trades.
I mean, I'll defer to Bruno here. I feel like you need both. I mean, the trade is made up of the single issue. I mean, if only just for like the steadiness of income and cash flow, as opposed to like just releasing stuff, you know, like a trade, like even when you stagger trades.
Yeah, but I bet if you looked at the amount of money,
because not everything gets turned into trade in the first place.
Yeah, I know. But if you look at the amount of things that they're spent just to like keep putting out something,
I know. But I think that might make it worse. Not everything goes to trade. So now you're saying like there are some things that will just not get made now. Like even fewer things get made.
Yes.
But now you're leaning into the Batman problem.
No, stop making Batman. That's not.
Now you're just not selling it. Bruno,
that's not true.
Did I get this right this time? I feel like this is a bad idea.
No,
I think you need both. You need floppies and trades.
I don't think you do.
Bruno?
I don't think
I'm very curious about what Bruno's going to say about this.
Me too.
Yeah. Probably fucking side with you. Who gives a shit?
Also, everybody come at me. I don't care.
It's the fucking end of the year. I don't give a shit.
What's so hard done to you? What? You're the one who picks fights. I'm picking a fight.
You picked a fight.
I am picking a fight. Come at me.
I'm defending.
I don't care.
Oh. That was very take charge.
Next question.
Sure.
Lesbian of many names asks, would Jack Hawksmoor's powers work on Ranks?
Ranks,
yeah.
So Ranks is the sentient city, an alien, sentient city.
Sure.
Member of the Sinestro Corps.
Mm-hmm.
So Jack Hawksmoor is the character from The Authority that we talked about, who can like commune with and tap into like the spirit of cities, of locations.
Yeah.
So would his powers work on Ranks? I don't see a reason why not. And I think there might be like the complication of the fact that Ranks is also sentient itself, and
You have
that's
to
not
fight against it. Yeah.
like probably can provide more resistance or shit like that than maybe a regular city can or something like that.
Or it's like
In the way
you're
that like
both.
Danny the Street's probably a different beast than just Crime Alley or something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like for Jack Hawksmoor, but I don't see a reason why his powers shouldn't work. I think it's like. It's a cool like matchup, right? Like a dude versus a city, but he's like, you pick the one guy whose power is
Yeah.
cities, baby. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat. But I do think that there's the wrinkle of the sentience of Ranks.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, with that, let's leave Twitter and head on over to Instagram.
Now we're going to Instagram, take some questions and answer them.
First question comes from Agent Trenches.
Lock the door if you're coming in.
Oh, agent. Who asks, what are your predictions for the future of the DC multiverse now that the larger Omniverse is on the table? I'm hoping for an updated map of the multiverse and a whole new map of the Omniverse.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally we're meant to, the map of our like local multiverse is mostly unchanged.
Yep.
From the way that it was, things have been largely reset. Now there are some differences. The Earth 3 that we see there is a lot different from the New 52 Earth 3, but it's still Earth 3.
Yeah.
So there's some changes that way, but those don't really reflect from the level of the map. I think for the most part that's in place. Now what's happening right now is there is a crack in the multiverse that was caused by the Flash because of Psycho Pirate and the final Darkseid. And on the other side of that, Darkseid believes there is the Great Darkness. And that Great Darkness, I am assuming, is going to be the same Great Darkness that they alluded to in Legion, which was itself a reference to the Great Darkness saga that involved both the Legion and Darkseid.
Yeah.
And is referenced in the solicitations for Justice League versus Legion of Superheroes coming in 2022. So my hope is that wherever this thing is going, that's kind of started in that Infinite Frontier event series and is happening right now in Justice League Incarnate, kind of concludes mostly in Justice League versus Legion of Superheroes. That's my hope. I would like to, not often, because I think these things are best used very sparingly, but down the line, I would like to revisit the idea of the Chronicler, who was he's of the same race as the Hands of the Source, which are the beings that are like Perpetua, the beings that create multiverses. The Chronicler showed up in one of the tie-ins to Death Metal. I'm not going to remember which one, Rise of a New God or Last Stories or one of them. And was like, I'm just here to take down notes of what this multiverse used to be before it's destroyed.
Yeah.
See ya. But that Chronicler has like a moment, kind of like Uatu the Watcher has in Marvel, where it's like, maybe I could step in a little.
Yeah.
Like there's something interesting there about, and it's kind of building on the idea that Morrison had in Final Crisis, which is like, does the idea of the story, of the fight between good and evil, of these things that are very linear, can that infect these kind of timeless outside beings? Does exposure to it make you part of it, implicate you? Which of course is the meta story of like, does reading comics make you part of their world?
Yeah.
Do they exist without you? Can you exist without them? And it's that kind of like, what does that mean? And to have that moment with the Chronicler in there, and then largely not do too much with it, Wonder Woman meets the Hands of the Source, and then since then, they've been kind of gone again.
Yeah.
So either they might show up in the context of this Great Darkness thing, or just maybe at a time down the line. I'd like to see something pick at that thread. It doesn't have to be an event. It doesn't have to go to somewhere like definitive. I just want to see someone take that idea and do something.
Yeah.
Because I like it. And that's the shit that I like, all the metafiction stuff. And yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the next question from Delgado Andrew, who asks, if Darkseid's avatar travels from Earth 0 to Earth 12, would he meet his DCAU doppelganger? Replace him? Are they the same person? I'm not sure how the whole avatar emanation thing works when it comes to traveling between universes.
Listen, you're not alone. Frankly, DC doesn't know how it works.
That's why we don't really do it.
There's the new gods of New Genesis, excuse me, and Apocalypse exist in the sphere of the gods in the multiverse. In the same way that other kind of heavenly or angelic beings or whatever exist in the sphere of the gods. And that's outside the orrery of worlds, which means theoretically, there's only one of them. You can pass between worlds of the multiverse via those locations and that. But that doesn't mean that Wonder Woman's Olympians are the same Olympians for every other Earth. There's a thing of like, I don't even know how to describe this. The idea that, like, the sphere of the gods is a realm of belief. You are only physical in that you believe yourself to be. But it's not actually a physical space in the way that heaven and hell are physical space.
Sure.
So then there's this idea that, like, if Apollo, like the Greek god, is on Earth Prime, and there's an Apollo on Earth 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
They're aspects of the idea of the belief in Apollo.
Jesus. Okay.
They're not, like, they're manifesting physically, but they're not the totality of that thing. And that kind of idea has sort of applied to New Gods before, where we got, like, an Earth 2 Mr. Miracle Big Barda, but then we also saw in the Multiversity, we saw all the New Gods show up on Earth 51, even though that Highfather looked like classic Highfather, not like the Highfather that we saw in, like, Green Lantern Godhead or whatever. So there's this idea of, like, emanation, manifestation, things like that. But it's pretty amorphous. It's not super well defined. In the current Justice League Incarnate thing, we're talking about this final Darkseid, and Dr. Multiverse, a new character that has this power called Multivision. They can see every version of you through
Multivision.
existence. Multivision. Looks at Darkseid and says, he's the only one. He's the last one. So it's like all of them are combined into one thing. And he even says, you know, all of my forms are one now, or like you only fought an aspect of me before, and you're like, okay, they have an idea of this. But that conversation is happening while he is in combat with Tartarus on Earth 8. Tartarus is DC's version of Thanos.
Yeah.
Because Earth 8 is Marvel, essentially, like a version of Marvel. It's where the Retaliators are, not the Avengers. So Tartarus shows up for the Eternity Conquest, not the Infinity War.
Jesus.
And they are fighting, and yeah, then Darkseid says something like, "You're a whisper of an echo of my weakest moment. You could never beat me," and he kills Tartarus.
Yeah.
So then you go, wait, so he's an aspect of you, but then how come Dr. Multiverse didn't see? She said you're all in one thing.
Yeah.
But Thanos is in real life riffing on Darkseid. So then the riff on the Marvel pastiche Earth is obviously that he is a version of Darkseid. So then how come Dr. Multiverse, whose power is seeing all your versions, doesn't look at them and go,
Oh, yeah.
So, like, even DC now has no idea how that works. So don't feel bad about it. Like, I think you can only kind of go on intuition. Like, sometimes you're like, that's definitely the same Mr. Miracle. He remembers this shit. And sometimes he doesn't. You go like, they're all just parts of the same concept.
Yeah,
Same, like, higher being kind of thing. You kind of just have to go with it. It's just one of those things.
So, I don't know.
That's, the short version is, who knows?
Too tough of a question.
Yeah. Too difficult.
No,
What is this, a difficult question episode?
Yucky. Stop it.
Yeah. All right. Next question comes from Edward Wynn, who asks, is Willow from DC Comics actually Mantis from Marvel? If so, how did she do that?
I got a cop to this one. I didn't know anything about this. I had to look this up.
Okay.
So there's a character. I can't even remember from when I looked it up when they show up. This character called,
It's like Silver Age.
This character called Willow shows up from another Earth
Yeah.
or whatever, and I guess has a lot of resemblance and
She's green.
like maybe character connection to Mantis from Marvel. The bigger piece is that in another like non-Marvel or DC thing, the same creator, it's the same creator that wrote Mantis or whatever, or made Mantis or whatever.
Sure.
Came to DC, used the same concept, and kind of was sneaky about it. And then on like a third project, did another character called Lorelei that was also very much like the two of them. And I think it's in one of these like either a coffee table book or some volume where it's like, here's the Marvel Universe. They like list Lorelei and Willow as aliases of Mantis.
Oh, interesting.
And then talk about in very non-trademark infringement ways, like basically invoke the adventures of those other stories. Like say they did this or whatever, you go like, but that's that story.
Yeah.
But they do it just in a way where it's vague enough that it's like, we just made up a story for this character. It just happens to look like that one.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that thing where Barry Allen went to Marvel, right? And he couldn't remember who he was, and his suit was all torn up. He's just this blonde guy with kind of like the remnants of a red outfit.
Yeah.
Buried alien, is that my name?
That's
it's like
really
it's that
funny.
kind of sneaky shit. So yes, I think technically speaking, Mantis is the same character as Willow, and then that Lorelei. But I had to totally look that up. I'm obviously forgetting a bunch of details, but yeah, that was a really tough one. That was a complete blind spot for me.
Yeah. The only thing I don't get is like I only know Mantis from like video games and movies.
I only know Mantis from the movies.
Yeah. And
Oh yeah, you've been playing the game. That's right. Yeah.
And I thought her power was like emotional, like
Right. And is it not?
psychicness? But like Willow is like multiverse hopping character. Like I don't know if she has the same thing. And I thought Amanda's had those like antennae thing. And
But maybe that's just a movie design.
yeah, I don't know.
I mean, listen, I barely knew who the Guardians... I did not know who the Guardians were before the movie. I barely know who they are now. I only know the movie.
Yeah.
So...
Interesting.
Yeah.
If there's more information we're missing here, let us know.
Yeah.
And with that, let's leave Instagram and head on over to Reddit.
Where everyone's nice and no one's ever mean.
First question comes from Cassandra King Batgirl, who asks, if all the hero families / groups fought Flash family, Super family, Bat family, Amazons, Aqua family, etc., which family wins? All family groups members are at their very peak.
Ooh.
Well, we're going to have to see instinctually what side of this we come down on. It's the very like specific kind of camps of people that think different things.
Sure.
Who would you say would win in like an Anchorman style family brawl where they all show up?
Here's my thing. I'm also going to have to assume that they're all working together.
Because that's
As
also
a family.
Yeah, because that's
Each family is a unit.
Because sometimes the inner workings of those families don't always go together. But
That's totally fair. But let's say for the context of this,
Based on everything that I have to assume, I mean, Super Family has to win because it's the fucking Super Family. Like, it's the most powerful group.
okay, so you came down on that side.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you were going to be in the like Batman is kryptonite camp, but you didn't.
No.
You went Super Family.
yeah.
My hot take is it's the Flash family.
That would be my other one.
They're speedsters. They're tapping into a cosmic force. They're faster than all the Kryptonians. All you have to do is don't do the thing that pisses my dad off when he watches the TV show, which is just speed up to a point and then stop and go like, hey, stop that. Just keep your speed going. Go at top speed.
But they run for so long, but at the end of the day, they have to win the fight, which I don't know if this is a battle to the death, but it's like...
Yeah, but infinite mass punch, you can knock out Superman with that.
You think?
Or Superman can be like asphyxiated. Like you can listen. I got a kryptonite belt and tell me something, girl.
Jesus Christ.
Clarkson Kent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
The Flash could run in a vortex, or the full Flash family could make one, suck all the air out, knock them out, win the,
Why don't they don't need air?
They can, they can hold their breath for a very long time, but you can.
But like they could win them. Like they could fight long enough that the breath thing wouldn't be the issue.
Fine. I'm saying Flash family. They are so much faster. They can vibrate through, like they can phase. They fuck up. Someone else goes back in time, resets the fight. Like,
I mean, yeah. At the end of the day, time travel.
It's the Flash
wins,
family.
I guess, but
it's got to be the Flash family.
Time travel kind of fucks everything up, but I still don't know. Like going, yeah. I mean, unless you go back and kill the family, but then it's like you're not winning a fight. You're just that person doesn't exist anymore, so that doesn't count.
I don't even mean.
So I don't think time travel works.
I don't even mean that. Like that's a pretty nuclear option.
Yeah, I don't think time travel works, but.
Fine,
I think,
but even with their time travel, I think I'm saying Flash fam.
Because at the end of the day, the Flash.
There's a lot of them too. I know there's lots of soups.
Yeah.
But like there's Barry, Wally, Wallace, Bart, Avery Ho. You get like Mina Dewan as
here's
Negative
the thing.
Flash. There's
you fuck up even just a little, and like Superboy Prime's like if he just potentially gets you, you're fucking dust.
Yeah.
To dust. You're done.
Ooh.
That's the thing, is if they play it perfectly, I think they can win. I agree.
Yeah.
But they have to play it perfectly.
Yeah, I mean it's not I know
there's a lot of soups.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. 1 weak spot. Because at the end of the day, they don't have powers besides running. So you
electricity generation.
It's a component of running, but sure. I think at the end of the day, like their biggest thing, and electricity's not going to do shit to them. It's like
it's the speed force. Though.
You can grab kryptonite and you can run really fast, and that's sort of the two things that you have. It's like if you can get your hands on some kryptonite, maybe throw it fast enough or run at them fast enough with it, you could probably fucking gut them.
But here's the thing with the Flash: they're also so creative with their powers. We've talked about how Black Canary can incapacitate Superman with her scream.
Yeah,
the Flash's power is motion.
Yeah.
The Flash could like vibrate to make like a version of a canary cry, like just with moving arms. And, I think there's lots of ways the Flash could do it, and you don't need to depend on kryptonite the way the Bat Family does.
Yes.
Yes.
That's
my thought.
I don't disagree.
Hashtag Superman or hashtag Flash.
God, you're the writer, right? Hashtag, yeah.
I think we got it.
Sure.
All right. Let's go to the next question from Dr. DC Resident Neo, who asks, why the no kryptonite rule post-crisis?
Did I write kryptonite?
Kryptonian.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Sorry.
Yeah, so post-crisis, there was this sort of like editorial / publishing desire that Superman should truly be the last son of Krypton. Mm-hmm. There should be no other Kryptonians. But the wrinkle there is then like you're eliminating a villain like Zod.
Yeah.
What do we do with Supergirl and Power Girl? That's why you get those weird like the Matrix Supergirl thing.
Sure, yeah.
Power Girl was like descended from Atlantean sorcerers or weird shit like that because for a bit they were like Superman is the last son of Krypton. That's it, baby.
Yeah.
And they were like, no more Kryptonians. And then of course over time You chip away at that, or you find little cheats or things like that. Eventually, they were just like, oh, whatever, fuck it.
She's still in the Phantom Zone, so it doesn't count.
You know, there was stuff like that. Eventually, you just go like, whatever. It's fine. It's still like not great that there's only like, even if there's 12 of them, that's like of a race.
Yeah,
that's not a ton.
Martian Manhunter's like, really?
Yeah. Huh? All I got left are these filthy white Martians. It's me, Martian Manhunter.
The right color. Green.
Jesus.
It's him.
Oh, yeah, it's true. So yeah, that's what the no Kryptonian rule was the idea that they only wanted Superman to be Kryptonian.
For simplicity's sake.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, Crisis was that big dividing line. Like, great, we're starting over. This is how we're going to reset shit.
Yeah.
But it just caused problems, as a lot of these things do.
All right. Next question from Business Review 532.
Sure.
Great name.
Yeah. How can we help?
Who asks, if a group of people needed to make as much money as possible in a corporate setting, legally or illegally, your pick, who would be the first 10 people that come to mind? Lex, Bruce, and Ted come to mind.
See, Ted is funny because the recurring theme with Ted is that he's bad with money.
Yes. He loses everything and then
it.
somehow is really good at getting it
It's what's
back.
happening right now in Blue and Gold, you know? It's what happened in Countdown to Infinite Crisis. That one wasn't his fault, but still.
Isn't what's his name? Who else is like that? The guy from the Wonder Woman movie.
What, Max Lord?
Max Lord. Doesn't he lose his money and get it back?
Max Lord is a little more stable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, okay, top 10. You're essentially asking us to name like who do we think controls the most wealth, because legally or illegally, whatever. But it's just who has got the most wealth. And I think we're talking, like you said, Luthor, Bruce. I'd say Oliver, especially right now because Bruce is severely diminished. You know what? Actually, if we're taking modern comics, Bruce is out.
Yeah.
He's like a millionaire. What the fuck's he gonna do? So it's Lex, Oliver, I guess like Lucius Fox, who actually controls the Wayne fortune right now. Dick Grayson is a billionaire in his own right.
Really?
Yeah, because Alfred had billions of dollars. It was like revealed from like stock options and good investments and stuff. And he was just like, yeah, just like working for Mush to Wayne. And then when he died, he left it all to Dick.
Jesus.
So, because he's like, you're gonna use this better than.
I mean, you don't
Bruce
get billions just by doing that. Jesus.
You do, I guess. I don't know. I don't live in that world. Vandal Savage has been alive for 50,000 years. Like the
sure.
You know, he's probably got a bunch of fucking old gold and shit.
What about
like
Raish?
Ra's al Ghul, probably relatively wealthy.
Which is funny because he's so against that type of world.
Yeah, just wealth, riches.
Wonder Woman? No,
certainly not on that scale.
She could. But,
I mean, we kicked Bruce out for being a millionaire. Wonder Woman is not a millionaire.
No.
Yeah, I guess if he has his money, Ted is probably in the running. Maybe Simon Stagg Industries.
Yeah. Just think about logos on the sides of things now. Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. You know, maybe one of those like old Eastern European royalties or something like that. Although I think generally the thing there is that they're not as wealthy anymore. But
yeah, they just still try to look like they are.
Play the part or whatever. Yeah. Doesn't Vixen run like a fashion and media empire?
Is it billions though?
Great question. Probably not, but or maybe I don't know. I think she's like probably like maybe in the 11 to 20 range on that list, but I mean technically I can't like name them offhand, but like you're also talking about organizations like the Court of Owls or the Ninth Circle, these kind of like villainy organizations that are like the assemblage of old wealth.
Yeah.
So like Court of Owls and the Ninth Circle would also be in there, I think. Organizationally. Yeah. There you go.
All right. For our next question comes from Dante's Fire, who asks, okay, we know Sugar and Spike grew up to be private investigators, but what happened to Bernie and Brain?
Bernie the Brain.
Bernie the Brain.
Yeah.
So.
Did I mistype? I
No.
mean, I don't mistype.
Why are you typing? Paste without formatting. It's so much faster.
It's not.
It
Doesn't look the way I want. I have to change it anyway.
You
Might as well
don't,
just
not
type
really.
it. I do. Never does what I want it to do.
Good God. Let's both make docs one day and see who makes it faster. You have to type it all out while looking at anything of it, and I will literally just copy it all and paste it.
Yeah, but yours is going to look like shit.
I'm the one who has to remake a new doc because yours look like shit.
You don't have to. Mine looks fine. You just are like, oh, I don't know.
No.
Mine looks fine. Very clear.
I like that you're fighting against me doing the thing that you're doing.
I'm doing it.
You were literally saying...
this is the thing that I never understood. I make the doc.
Yeah, but it doesn't have all of the different sections in it. It's not very...
Because I kind of figured that by 4.5 years in, you'd know them.
First mistake. First mistake. There's also stuff that I don't want you to see.
Fair. And you can't trust yourself to remember that on your own.
No.
So Sugar and Spike.
You're a fucking computer?
Sugar and Spike is an interesting thing. It's to my mind, it's the closest thing DC ever put out to when I think of European strip comics.
Ooh.
Not.
Oh.
We already did this joke in the future.
Oh my God.
They were infants / toddlers, Sugar and Spike. And the whole thing was based on the premise that, I guess it's kind of also the premise of The Boss Baby, which is that all babies and that communicate in a single united language.
It's also like Baby Geniuses.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Not just human babies. So Sugar and Spike could talk to each other, could talk to other babies, and could talk to, baby animals.
Oh, that's what you mean. That's very cute.
And it was just this kind of, fun comic. It's, the closest thing I can think of to, an Asterix and Obelix or a Bool and Bill or something like that.
Yeah.
And there was a weird contractual thing that I guess since has been cleared up, where the only person that was allowed to write Sugar and Spike was the creator.
Really?
Yeah. They would cameo in other things, but otherwise they were kind of on their own. And the guy was like, I had to look this bit up. I didn't know this. Just, full transparency. The guy was losing his vision in that, and they had to stop publishing for a bit. Then he got cataract surgery, and then he could publish a bit more. It was just his art was declining because he couldn't see and shit. He's it's very kind of sad actually. But years later, within the last 10 years, as part of the Legends of Tomorrow anthology miniseries that was happening, Sugar and Spike got a new series where they were grown up and they were private investigators, and they were specifically private investigators that would sweep away embarrassing moments from heroes' pasts.
That's fun.
And so they used the story as a way to revisit these things from the Silver Age. Remember that issue of Wonder Woman where she got married to Frankenstein? But then in the context of this book, Wonder Woman would be these photos are about to leak, and need you to find them.
Yeah. Or do you remember when they said that pink kryptonite made Superman gay?
Well, I mean, that would have been one. They didn't do that in that, but that's exactly the type of...
I also found out when that came out today.
I know, it's pretty recent.
2003.
Yep.
What the fuck?
It's not great.
Jesus Christ.
It's not great. So, that's Sugar and Spike.
Yeah. And everything nice.
And everything
Nike.
Yeah, just
corporate
Do
overlords.
it. Yeah. Bernie the Brain was a character in that who was not only a baby, but also a genius level intellect, an inventor and shit like that. But as far as I remember, Bernie the Brain doesn't show up in that Sugar and Spike series. So I don't know that we know what's happened to Bernie the Brain. Wow. Sugar and Spike have grown up. They exist. They're out there in the DC universe somewhere. But I don't know what happened to Bernie the Brain.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right. Next question comes from Diaper Gal Kate, who asks, Would Martha Bruce deem killing an acceptable way to deal with criminals? I ask because, 1, she was the Joker on Unearth.
Right.
2, Barbs has a theory that since Kate Kane killed Clayface, Martha might have accepted that too, because same side of the family and gene theory. And 3, because why not? I'm curious.
Okay, couple of things there.
Okay.
So, Martha Kane, or Martha Wayne, rather, nay Kane.
God. Lazy writing.
Yeah. Kane, Wayne.
Well, there's Wayne, and that one's, I don't know, Kane.
And Bane.
Oh, yes.
Martha Bane.
If only she would respond to me.
Let's go to the movie.
Let's go see the play Fame.
So in the Flashpoint timeline, Bruce is killed in the alley.
Mm-hmm.
Thomas Wayne beats the shit out of
Yes.
out of Joe Chill or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe kills him. I can't remember.
This is
Probably kills
Flashpoint,
him.
right?
Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Thomas Wayne becomes Batman. Martha Wayne becomes the Joker.
So weird.
The grief of
Yes.
Bruce dying, and she's got blood on her hands. She puts her hand on her face and she starts laughing, and she moves her hand away and it looks like a smile. And
Crazy.
It's a cool visual.
I still love this concept, yeah.
It's a cool visual. It works as its own little thing. You know, we don't have to always go back to the Flashpoint well, but like it does kind of work as its little bubble.
It only works because the Joker exists, but yes.
But at any rate, so she was Joker in that timeline, and then I think she ends up I think she maybe kills herself. Oh God, am I misremembering this?
Uh-oh.
Thomas Wayne finally briefly has a moment where he gets through to her and he says, like, our son is alive in a better version of this world.
Yeah.
Like, our world's not even supposed to exist.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, and he'll be happy or whatever. And he goes like, actually, he's Batman. And
Yeah.
I think she goes nuts and kills herself.
Jesus.
I think. At any rate, there's that. In Rebirth, totally separate, Batman and Batwoman put together a team of heroes. It actually includes Clayface, and he's reforming and stuff like that, but he's losing control of his powers, and part of that is, like, when he loses control of his powers, he's losing control of his mind. So, he's not always the reformed Clayface.
Yeah.
And at one point, Kate Kane, because she's a soldier first, before she
Yes.
ever became a hero, makes the call to kill Clayface with a special science bullet. Basically.
A clay dampener.
Yeah. And Cisco whipped this up.
A life dampener.
And so that idea of, like, she has to deal with the guilt of that, and, you know.
I do like the hold on. I need to stop with this. I do like the idea that Cisco makes a gun and is like, it's a life dampener. And they're like, no, you just made a gun. He's like, no, you don't understand.
It's a life dampener.
You shoot this and it dampens their life till it doesn't exist.
I made this. It's a big axe. He's like, it's a neck dampener.
Yeah.
It dampens your neck's ability to hold your head on.
I looked at what could really, like, get rid of a neck. And I found, like, a sharp piece of material.
I've got to go down to the crawl space. Can somebody hand me the shadow dampener?
Yeah,
the flashlight? Yeah, shadow dampener.
That's ridiculous. Anybody can use it. It's not just for the Flash. Why would I give him a flashlight?
You don't even fucking think.
Everything is a something dampener?
Yeah. But also just
hey,
like...
can you pass me that hunger dampener?
I just like
that I've got in the fridge.
You mean the burrito?
Yeah.
I just like that he reverses engineers everything into a dampener and thinks that he created it.
That's pretty funny. But at any rate, so Kate Kane makes this call.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not how the Bat family rolls.
Yeah.
It's a big issue. She's kind of dealing with the guilt of it. So the idea that this comes up and goes, well, Martha might have been okay with it. Like,
I mean, that's not the way genes work.
no, I mean, Babs is saying Martha might have been okay with it. She's not referencing Flashpoint. We're kind of combining elements here. But if we say that Martha maybe has a predisposition to violence and she's just holding it together, which I think is a stretch, although there is also a dark multiverse Batman, who is Martha,
Whoa.
called the Pearl. So, you know,
Nice.
maybe there's an aspect of
Yeah.
credence to this. But the idea that, like, your genes dictate your predispositions, I mean, that's partly true. I don't know that that holds up when it's like, oh, you fucked up. It's like, well, Dad would have done it.
Like my dad and I both don't like spaghetti sauce, but like that doesn't mean that we like make that many life decisions the same.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think there is a limit to the theory of your genes predicting behavior.
Yes.
I don't think Martha is just carte blanche cool with killing.
Yes. Exactly.
Even criminals.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. She married Thomas Wayne. She, like, they must see, he's a doctor, for God's sake.
yeah.
Like, do no harm, right?
Yes.
Like, they must seek somewhat eye to eye. And I think those alternate universes are just very extreme examples. I don't think we can use those.
All right, baby. Let's leave the Reddit. Heading over to the Doc Squad. Wow.
Drake.
Really?
What's a song?
What's a song?
What is songs?
I see those docs and the Gordon and the docs and the Gordon. No
sorry.
docs.
Hang on. I do have one.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. Let me see Doc scored, baby. That Doc's scored. I love the way your score goes. Baby Doc's scored a go. Doc scored.
That thought.
Look at that Doc so scoreless. No one ever scored in Doc in this. Doc in that thing like, who's scored? Scored in your eyes. Doc's scored.
Bury that thorn. That thorn. Baby, make you go.
Doc's like a scored. Scored like Doc's. Doc's.
Nice. All right.
Yeah, only took me 5 minutes.
Improv training.
Yeah, that part of improv where they tell you just like, if nothing comes to you, stand silent on stage until an idea hits.
Just say, hold on.
Wait.
Hold on. Almost.
Wait for it.
I almost got it.
Wait.
No, I don't like that. Can you give me another one? No, not that one either.
They tried to teach us yes and, but I prefer no thank you.
No hold. All right. From Multer Overlord?
I don't mistype.
I'm feeling I'm feeling an issue in your process here.
There isn't
It's a
one.
crack in your fucking armor here.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Multer Overlord asks, "Hey Doc, can you explain which member of the Wildcats and current Gotham resident is canonically responsible for creation of Scott Summers' first wife, and how?" The how is important.
Okay. I can only guess at the first part.
Okay.
Which is that the member is Grifter, because Grifter has shown up in Gotham
Sure.
recently.
Okay.
I had to look up the next part
Because you haven't gotten it
because I
yet.
just didn't know it.
Oh.
But apparently in Wildcats 8, an issue that does have Grifter in it or whatever, there's a cameo kind of Cyclops and Jean Grey on a
Weird.
beach.
Weird.
Because it's drawn by Jim Lee. He drew
Sure,
X-Men, he
yeah.
went to Wildcats. So it's this little cameo thing.
Yeah.
The rest of it, like, I went to like I tried to find like the synopsis of the thing, of like the issue. I tried to find like more panels. I did everything short of buying it on Comixology because I didn't feel like it. So I don't know. Like, I've only seen like, yeah, they're in it and Grifter is there, and I know nothing about like what the implication is that Grifter did that would like create Jean Grey or
Yeah.
whatever. That's the closest I got. I assume that's what we're talking about here, but it's essentially like a glorified like in joke because Jim Lee is an X-Men guy and made Wildcats.
Sure.
So, yeah.
All right, let's leave that question and go over to Jew Holidays Are Sad,
Yep.
who asks, with Hellboy crossing over with Batman and Starman, I'm gonna ask, where would Hellboy rank in the DC hierarchy of hell? Above Etrigan, or would he not even get that high? I don't know the full, maybe they found out that Hellboy is more powerful than what he is. But, I mean, isn't he just a baby demon that got out?
Is it, okay, again, not working with a full
deck
here. Isn't the thing with Hellboy that he has the potential to be the Doombringer?
He has maybe
the right hand of Doom.
Sure, okay.
If he does what he's supposed to do, he releases the Agru Jihad, the Lovecraftian tentacle gods or whatever.
But that's not because he's powerful. He just has the key to.
But theoretically, whoever has that has to be powerful enough to do the thing or whatever.
Sure.
But because he doesn't use those things that way, I mean, he's a very skilled fighter and stuff. But is he just inherently powerful as a demon?
Because we haven't seen.
Do we see Hellboy do a bunch of magic? Or just use a gun and punch and go crap.
I've got Hellboy and shit like that. But nothing like that. But maybe, I mean, the series have been going on forever. Maybe they've gotten there, but
I'm positive they have, and there is a more definitive answer to this. But my instinct, just on the limited amount of Hellboy that I've read, and seen, whatever, is that Hellboy is actually probably technically way far down the power scale of demons. Below a Neuron, definitely, below a... I mean, he kills Lucifer in Hellboy in Hell. We just read it in the book club not long ago, but Lucifer is also basically sleeping. When he does it, he's not, fight him,
Yeah.
I would say he's below a Neuron, below a Lucifer, below an Etrigan, probably, but he could probably fight Etrigan. I guess it also depends what we're talking about. Etrigan has demon power, and again, I'm not sure that we see Hellboy do a ton of that shit, or at least I haven't.
How could one man have all that power?
Yeah, no one man should have all that power.
Yeah,
I didn't ever rhyme. I was trying to make an Etrigan. I couldn't.
Okay.
So Hellboy doesn't breathe fire and shit like Etrigan does, but could Hellboy take Etrigan in a fight? I'm maybe.
Probably. Yeah.
Hellboy fights lots of big threats and shit like that. He's pretty tough to kill, but that's not the same as wielding power and magic and stuff. So it's kind of an interesting question there. But I think Hellboy is tough and hardy and a worthy opponent, but not as powerful as most. I would say DC Demons, because DC Demons wield magic and shit. The Demons 3, Wrathgast and Abnegazar are relatively high-ranking demons in that. Hellboy would almost certainly beat the shit out of them, but he doesn't have their power, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of odd to answer the question that way, but it's kind of yes and no.
Yeah. If
in the way that Batman is not more powerful than the other members of the Justice League, but can Batman take a bunch of them? Probably.
Yes.
It's that's kind of where I'm sitting with Hellboy.
If they had time, the demons probably could beat him.
No, the other way around. Yeah. With prep time, Hellboy can.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With that, let's go to the next question from We've Only Just Dan Done, who asks, what happens in Final Crisis?
Oh.
Break down the allegories for mental health.
This was your whole thing.
Yeah. Fucking
you take this one.
Go back and listen to
this. This is your question, Richard.
If I was going to read it again, maybe I would, but I don't fucking remember what I said.
Come on, Richard. It's the least you could do.
No, the least
all the love and support that you get from our fans.
The least I could do is nothing, and that's what I'm going to do.
Do you know who else did nothing? The World, as the anti-life equation was released.
I remember bits and pieces of it, but I had no idea. I can't remember.
There's sort of two levels to Final Crisis. The kind of main one is that the new gods die, and their souls fall through the cosmic firmament.
Yes.
To Earth and start inhabiting human bodies that they're burning through because human bodies can't hold them. And it's basically sucking reality down with it as they fall. The fall of the new gods, and specifically of Darkseid, is like pulling reality into a center where time compresses, worlds collide, shit like that.
This is what it's like.
The anti-life
worlds collide.
The anti-life equation gets released. It's the end of...
It's the final crisis. We'll never have any more.
Final crisis. On the other level, the monitors... there's a Mandrak, the Dark Monitor, who's feeding on the bleed. He's destroying the kind of orrery. That way, monitors are like, we've become infected. The stories have gotten to us. We gotta clean house. They banish Nixuotan. He becomes the super judge. He gets his powers back. There's this big multiversal fight. Superman fights on a multiversal scale, with the Supermen of the multiverse. Captain Alan Adam from Earth 4 merges Superman and Ultraman together into this kind of big cosmic entity to fight Mandrak, the Dark Monitor. All sorts of crazy shit happens. Anything you can think of is in Final Crisis, from Commandy to the Atomic Knights to the Secret Society of Supervillains to multiverse travel to all these kind of things. Ultimately it's Batman destroys Darkseid. Oh, also I forgot, like, the main thread too is like a murder mystery in reverse, because they discover the new gods are being killed because they find Orion's body. The Green Lanterns have been corrupted and shit. There's a bullet fired backwards in time that turns out to be Batman takes that bullet from the crime scene and uses it on Darkseid. It's all sorts of wild shit.
Mm-hmm.
However, it's fun to read. Even Richard was like, you dug it.
Yeah, it was good.
You liked it.
I did.
So, I would check it out. And I'm not even talking about the side shit that was happening.
Yeah, I mean, we constantly
Vandal
talking
Savage
about
and
that.
the Mark of Cain and
We're constantly
the Spear of
talking about
Destiny and shit like that. Like,
everything touched that. Like, that and, like, Infinite Crisis, basically everything touched.
It's a crisis. That's sort of what they're supposed to do, but Final Crisis is particularly unwieldy.
Yes. All right. Last question.
Oh, the thing about... Sorry.
Oh.
The thing about, like...
break down the allegories for mental health.
It was supposed to be that, like, someone on Reddit or whatever had made this observation. They're not the only person to make it, but that's kind of where...
Oh, you mean that thing that
it.
I got really mad because I came up with this really great allegory?
Yeah, it was like talking about depression and that, and using the anti-life equation as a sort of thing for it, where it's, but also like the premise of the bullet fired backwards in time, where it's like this thing that hasn't happened yet is paralyzing you in the present.
Yeah.
You're trapped in the cycle and all of these kind of, like, there was if I could find it, I will post it somewhere.
It's very smart.
Because it was... I know it bothered you because
It's
you were like,
infuriating.
I got it. I cracked Final Crisis. And then you were like, oh, motherfucker. And you saw this like Reddit post. So if I can find it, I'll post it somewhere because they're going to do a better job relaying it than I will right now.
They do a fucking great job.
It's a very like eloquent sort of breakdown of it. If only Richard could have gotten there first.
Yes.
Maybe you could fire your opinion backward in time and beat him to it.
I could fire something, that's for sure.
I was about to get too big for my britches there. Like, do it. Let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, why not do 6 people's job this month? Just add another one. Final question. Final question. From Butt Fart Butt, who asks, how does Superman fly faster?
Clench. I feel like we talked about this like forever ago, like in the early days of the podcast.
Probably. Intent.
The bigger question is, how does Superman fly?
Because wouldn't he always want to go as fast as possible?
There are some...
Unless he's like maneuvering something.
I think it's the maneuverability and it's probably a strain on him physically.
Is it just intent? Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
Or is it like a muscle?
It can't just be tactile telekinesis because we are very deliberate at saying that's a distinction with Superboy. We've caught him.
Oh, okay.
But that's his power.
Sure.
Tactile telekinesis.
Sure.
It's the phrase overused for Superboy.
Yeah.
Implying that it's different for Superman.
Yeah.
And it's not. I think maybe at one point there was a thing where it's like, it wasn't just that Krypton is like a higher gravity planet, because that would just explain leaping. It was like
hovering.
It was something like Kryptonians developed a form of like anti-gravity in their organs.
We really need to open up that book.
But for them it might not be in that book. This might be like an old premise.
Sure.
But it was enough anti-gravity to make it like being on Earth, but on Krypton. So they weren't just crushed by the weight of gravity.
Yeah.
But then on Earth and with the sun, it's like actual anti-gravity.
Yeah.
That was, I think, thrown out there at one point. Sometimes it's just force of will. Man of Steel kind of goes like there's at least some sort of, if it's not telekinesis, it's some sort of like kinetic aura or whatever, because you see the rocks float up around his hand before he takes off and shit like that. They make a point of that in that movie a lot. So the big question is, how does Superman fly? And the answer is, we never get like an answer. Different things get floated out there. Different people have theories. Everything contradicts everything else. I went to r/Ask Science Fiction just to see what people were thinking out there. There was some people lending credence to the idea that maybe Superman has some sort of like biokinetic aura. And they were pointing to the fact that like that would also account for some of his other powers, like invulnerability and things like that.
Sure.
But also the fact that like we always get those shots of like him and Lois flying, but they're beside each other. But it's like the physics of that make no sense.
Yeah.
But if he had a kind of aura, a la Flash with the Speed Force, that you could comics your way out of that.
Yeah.
But I think the short version is he flies because he can. There is no like specific mechanism of it.
So how does he fly faster?
So however he flies, he does that more. So I do think I do think you need an element of like physical strain for Superman. You see it in comics all the time. It's like, I gotta go faster. Like, so whether it's like force of will, but it manifests as like the way he tenses and like that like
well, it's like when you're focusing on something, right? You're trying to do something more. You focus harder.
So like it's probably more muscle tension, more more aggressive. One hand in front of the other kind of thing. Maybe he finds he flies better with two hands. Like he flies faster, better with two hands out. Sure, he has like partly psychosomatic, maybe partly physical ways of doing it, but I do think it has to be a physical strain for him. So whether that physical strain is that he's putting out more biokinetic energy, or he's doing more telekinesis, or he's just willing it more.
Sure.
I think it always manifests physically. So my snarky answer that he clenches is also kind of the real answer I'm circling back to, is that in a way he clenches.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what a tough question. And the end of all of the tough questions today.
Oh, thank God.
Except for the tough game.
Oh, no.
Time to play everybody's favorite game. Can you guess the name of the character based on who someone does not read comic books can describe that character to us?
I mean, I don't do great when it's not tough. Like, deliberately tough.
What do you mean? Was Darkness particularly challenging?
I'm not giving anything away.
If you don't know how this game works, I send a photo of a DC character to my wife who does not read comic books, nor does she care for them. She sends back 4 clues describing what she sees. The doctor does not know who this is.
Baby. I'm ready.
Let's get into it.
I had 12 of these yesterday.
You're fucking battle ready.
I guess. Or battle fatigued.
Yeah, well, we'll find out. First clue. Unnecessarily chiseled jaw.
I mean, all of superheroes. Come on. Shazam.
No.
I just give me another clue. I mean, I'm just going to be guessing hot men.
Total goth vibes.
Chiseled jaw, goth vibes.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about Jack Knight,
No.
Starman.
No.
We're talking about I mean, We're talking chiseled, not just a defined jaw.
Yes. You know, I should have made it, and I regret not now. A certain cowboy.
That would have been very funny.
I
That would have
regret
been
not doing that now.
extremely funny.
Yes.
I would have loved that.
Fuck. Idiot.
You stupid.
There's nothing I hate more than a missed opportunity.
Chiseled jaw, goth vibes.
Yep.
Black Adam.
No.
Mordrew.
No.
Another clue, please.
Okay. Third clue. No weapons, just a belt with lots of pouches that seem time consuming to open when you need things.
Huh. Fate.
No.
Jared Stevens.
No.
Adrian Chase, Vigilante.
No.
Pouches. Spartan.
No.
Grifter.
No.
Pouches. Difficult to open pouches. On a belt. A chiseled jawline and goth vibes. Lobo?
No.
Last clue.
Okay. Pointy hat.
Not where I thought that was going. Steppenwolf.
No.
The Grand Wizard of the...
Sorry, pointy hat / mask.
Oh, does it do the like pointy chin thing? Pointy hat / mask. Goth vibes, pouches, chiseled jaw. Is this the Batman Who Laughs?
No.
Thank God. That would have made me angry.
It's not the Batman Who Laughs.
Is it the Grim Knight?
Nope.
What did you do? Pointy hat. Batmage.
No.
Is this a Dark Multiverse Batman?
No.
Okay. All right. Motherfucker. God damn it. Okay. Goth vibes. Chiseled jawline. Belt with lots of pouches. Hard to open. Pointy / spiky. Hat / mask.
Yeah.
This is I don't think he wore a mask. Nick Necro.
No.
I should know this one. You're very pleased with yourself.
Yeah.
Pointy mask. Pouches. Hang on. Belt with pouches. Spiky, pointy. Aztec, the Ultimate Warrior.
No.
That's not really goth vibes though either. Can I ask hero or villain?
Sure.
It's not gonna help.
Hero.
Okay. It's not help. Don't know why I bothered with that. Pointy. Nightshade?
No.
Eclipso?
Nope.
No, it's not a hero.
Nope.
Fuck. I don't know.
Do you need to see a photo?
I do. I gotta call it. I don't know.
Sure. I'll show you a photo.
I see what happened. I played myself.
Oh, little caterpillar, you played right into my hand.
I'm such an idiot.
Tell everybody who it
It was
is.
fucking Batman. Like everybody got it right away. They were like, "It's Batman," obviously.
You're saying everything but Batman.
I've just got you. I mean, you played me. I've gotten so conditioned to like he's not going to do that shit. Like,
Well, here's the thing.
but we haven't done it.
We've never done it.
Yep.
And
I got played.
look,
Fuck.
I've wanted to bring out a key character for a long time. But what a better one to do it on the tough questions.
Because I psyched myself out. And fuck.
Oh, that makes me happy.
That is. I mean, A, very funny.
That's all I care about.
B, I'm gonna kill myself. Tell me something, Bruce. I need your help trying to tie this noose.
Ooh, that's good. Oh God.
Close this garage door.
Oh, whoa! Oh my God. You got another line in you?
I'll be hanging without my feet on the floor.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Listen,
Yeah.
doing the best I can.
All
I
right.
didn't guess fucking Batman. I guess this is the end of the show.
Did any of you residents guess this one?
Oh, this is hashtag sweet release. I gotta kill myself on air. You can release Darkness posthumously, I guess.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would. That's the way he would have wanted
Visit
it.
my grave and tell me how the Doxners went.
This becomes the best episode.
We finally get advertisers.
Yeah. We'd love to hear from you, residents. Send in your questions for next week's episode if we have one.
Well, no, it's Darkness.
Oh, yeah.
been
Holy
recorded.
shit. I think you meant because you killed yourself, but yeah.
Oh,
No, you never have the... We've already talked to you. You have a bit about
well,
this.
first I have to like get drunk and wander on stage and piss myself at the Doxners, and then I can Jackson Maine myself in the
That's
garage.
true. Yeah. Well, then then you've earned it.
Yeah.
But send in questions when the new year comes and we've got more episodes again.
Yeah, I can't remember what I thought. Maybe
Yeah, we got weeks for that. Who
no,
knows?
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. Oh, no, that's not it. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Boop, boop.
Yip, yip, yip.
Boop.
Oh, no.
All right. Well,
Wait.
you can send those questions.
Wait. Wait. You've been with us this long. Just wait, baby. Wait for it. Wait for
I hope it's like an
it.
episode about Batman or something.
No, actually, here you go. We're going to kick
Okay.
off the new year with an episode about imps and the fifth dimension.
Ooh.
So, imps, genies. So it mixes Pitlick, Batmite, Yiz.
Ooh, maybe, what about Man-Bat? No?
Man-Bat.
I don't know.
This is why we need this episode.
I don't know what the fucking imp or a mite is.
Idiot. Whatever, that'll be in the
I'm going to kill myself too now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. It's hashtag
It's a-
sweet release.
It's a double feature. They're both A Star Is Born.
Well, you can send those questions for that episode to our various social media platforms like our Facebook,
Dr. DC Podcast.
our Twitter,
At Dr. DC.
our Instagram,
Dr. DC Podcast.
our email,
DrDCPodcast at
our
gmail.com.
Reddit.
Our /Dr_DC.
The doc phone is always open.
208-917-3238.
It's 208-917 DCEU. If you're nasty. If you're nasty, you can go to our TikTok.
At Dr. DC.
You gotta put more stuff on there.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been too long.
I did send you a TikTok today that was like,
Oh, yes.
I was like, I want to do something with this, but that's Patreon content.
That's true.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
You can go to our website.
DrDCPodcast.com or .ca.
We are like, don't got a lot of reviews left.
We got-
so,
Couple new ones came in.
yes.
Oh, did we want to talk about this?
No, it's Patreon. It came from Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it on Patreon.
Subscribe to it, and you'll know what we're talking about.
Yeah. A thing that would have been Dogma's content came in a little late, but we'll talk about it on the Patreon.
That's right, baby.
Instead. But yes, we gotten a couple new reviews coming in, so keep them coming.
Yeah.
And
send us physical mails.
Ooh, 301 Hogue Street, Hoge Street in Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada, Y1A 1V8 to either Richard Eden or Reed Vanier.
That is correct. Also, you can just send stuff from Amazon that is filthy, and apparently I'll just receive it and be surprised by
you'll
it.
receive it.
Mm-hmm. If you want to see more of me receiving it, subscribe to our Patreon.
That's right. Patreon.com/DrDC. There's 3 levels. They all give you access to the Doc Squad, our awesome fan community.
That is like that's taken over the show.
Oh,
at this
yeah,
point.
absolutely.
Yeah.
The inmates run the asylum.
Yes.
But you, at the higher levels, you also get bonus episodes, videos, theme polls, all sorts of fun
We're
stuff.
doing this at gunpoint at this point, yeah.
We weren't before?
No, we loved it before. We used to love this.
Yeah, our hearts used to be in it.
Yeah, those first, 76 episodes.
Yeah, those are the ones to listen to.
Yeah. Now you'll kill yourself, too.
Oh, no. This is... Oh, by the way, this is also a Heaven's Gate cult.
Yeah, drink the Kool-Aid.
I don't know, man.
What?
There's got to be a better word for it.
Colonnade? Yeah. That's not what I wanted to say. Subscribe to that Patreon.
Yeah.
Also, listen to our other podcasts.
That's right. Ghostfacers Supernatural Rewatch. We're going through every single episode of the CW Supernatural. We talk about real world monster lore and behind the scenes fun stuff. And we're in season 4 right now. So, go check it out.
Yeah. Show you my supernaturals if you do.
Jesus.
Ciao, ciao.
Adios. I'm furious.
Why?
All the superheroes, they always fight for what is right. Live with danger and adventure, they are men of might.
This was a Brain Freeze podcast.